Hey guys, what's up? This is Pat from Mountain Sledder, and this is our tour of Silent Pass. Hey guys, what's up? Pat here from Mountain Sledder. With me today is my good friend Aaron from Golden Snowmobile Rentals and Tours. And we're going to go on a little virtual tour today of one of our British Columbia's local sled zones called Silent Pass. So Aaron knows the spot really well. Obviously he's done a lot of guiding here and stuff, and he's going to come along and entertain us, do some stuff for the camera and show us around a bit. And so we're going to get up there right now. We're pretty close to the Alpine and we want to get up there. It's a nice sunny day, so we should be able to show you guys all around the area. So come on, let's check it out. Silent Pass is located near Golden, British Columbia, 35 kilometers south on Highway 95. It's accessed via a radio-controlled Forest Service road. All riders must check in, and there is a $25 trail pass fee for non-members collected at the Snowmobile Club kiosk. The road to the trailhead can vary in length with logging activities. Be sure to call out your kilometers and share the road with commercial logging traffic. There is usually a parking area cleared large enough for enclosed trailers, but check in with the kiosk attendant as to the current parking situation. We're just heading up we've kind of come to the end of the groom trail here almost, and we're starting to gain a little bit of elevation here, Aaron. I was just trying to think how far from the parking lot it is that we've come so far.
Yeah, well, we basically come about 12 kilometers in, and we got another 2K of groom trail to go before we get into some single track, which is our last little kind of voyage to the Alpine here. And I guess it's definitely important to note on the way in that we crossed quite a few avalanche paths. Kind of had a little cut to our little infomercial there that you did for us, public service announcement. So we're just on our trail ride in here to Silent Pass, and something to be aware of. We're on a nice, beautiful groom trail, no doubt, maintained by the Snowmobile Club here, but you know, we are in avalanche terrain, and as you can see beside us here, there's some substantial slide paths around. So get in the trail, you know, practice good safe riding habits while you're on the trail ride. Spread out, cross things one at a time, and be safe and have fun. Another thing that kind of people are forgetting about is just keeping track of their whole group. And if you do cross some of those big paths, you want to make sure your whole group gets through them. You're not leaving anybody kind of dangling out there by themselves.
No point getting into trouble before you even get up into the high elevation.
Yeah, of course. I think you know, the chances are obviously pretty slim and your exposure time is short, but it's just good group habits.
Oh man, it is looking like a beautiful day up here at Silent Pass.
Yeah, this is the end of our groom trail, Snowmobile Club managed area, and we're just about to head into the single track, which gets us to the Alpine.
So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, I guess, hey? Or at least I've seen, I know a few times I've come here and this little bit of single track's been a bit trenched out from people maybe you know, hitting the gas too much or not carrying enough momentum up it, but
yeah, I think the key to these single tracks are just momentum and slow and steady, and don't stop anywhere on any hills.
Yeah, totally. And nothing that everybody can't do, but just, you know, one of the parts of being in this zone in particular.
Yeah, let's give her a go.
All right, after you, sir. Oh yeah, that's a piece of cake. And this is always the way in here, right? Like there's no other way. I mean, I suppose you could just, if you're capable of riding, you could boondock up through the trees, but it seems like everybody at this stage just wants to get back into the Alpine, into the zone, and so they just kind of take the freeway up. So I want to say thanks, Aaron, for coming along today before we even get into it here, but in case I forget later, I really appreciate you coming along. It's fun to have a good buddy to ride with that we don't get to ride together quite as much as we used to. That's for sure.
I was just thinking about that the other day, Pat. We were out in Hope Creek, which is not too far from Golden, and remember how many days we used to spend out there together. It's pretty funny looking back.
But we've spent a few days here as well. We were talking about that on the ride in. But I just remember deep blower snow, and we had a blast in the Bluebird. It was just like one of those days that you just imprinted on your memory for a decade.
Yeah, I think that's one thing Silent Pass is really known for, and that's it is definitely a bit colder, but it produces, just where it's situated in the mountains here, it produces a lot of dry, cold smoke powder that is pretty memorable. So this is where the exposure starts. This is one of the biggest slide paths in Silent Pass, and as you can see, it's quite a large bowl that's heavily wind loaded on the top, and it flows down into this valley basin. So it is one of the places that I have seen quite a bit of snowmobile tracks in the past, but I really like to, especially with commercial groups, just zoom through the bottom here and get through the slide path and then get up into Silent Pass.
All right, onward. Oh, electric start.
I love it.
So I think this sort of, once we get past the slide path here, and this spot, I think people call it the waterfall, is that right? This little climb as we get up into the zone?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most notable challenges for people on a deep snow day. And it is nicknamed the waterfall, although if you've been here in the summertime, you'll realize there's definitely no water here. But it is one of the places that can weed out the weak. But as you can see right now, it's pretty smooth sailing, hard packed, and highway.
Yeah, looks easy peasy. Let's do it. Oh, taking a bit of an unconventional route there, I see.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, just show everybody how easy it is to skirt right up the middle here. Although, yeah, on a deep snow day, if you're the first ones in here and you're punching it, you know, that little hill can give you a little bit of a challenge, for sure. Here we are. Yeah, buddy. Oh.
You're locked in. Well, that's kind of the the first little challenge, but from here up it's actually really mellow, so it's kind of one of those things to keep in mind if you come in here with a couple of weaker riders. As long as you get them up that waterfall, they're pretty smooth sailing from here. Great beginner area.
Yeah, it really does open up into some nice rolly sort of tree line open, some features a little higher up that you can play around and jib on, and yeah, lots of great even beginner terrain right up in here. Should we head over to the lake?
Absolutely.
There's a few spots that kind of look like lake, but they're not.
Yeah, you're right. This first one we get to here is definitely a lake, though. In the summer, I've swam in it a couple of times. It's a little chilly. As you can see up on our left here, there's a couple little play areas, a couple of cliff bands. Spent many a day up in there. It's super fun, good challenges.
So, Aaron, just a little overview. Just the zones around Golden. Obviously, there's Quartz Creek, which is the most popular zone. It's got the cabin, and then Gorman, and then Silent Pass here, right? So,
yeah, those are our three main commercial club areas: is Gorman, Quartz, and Silent Pass.
In terms of numbers, you were saying on the way here that Silent and Gorman sort of have similar numbers, but considerably less than the number of visitors at Quartz.
Yeah, I would say Quartz Creek would be what you would call like our flagship area. It's definitely the easiest to access, highway side obviously. And Gorman, a bit more aggressive, bigger terrain, takes a little bit more skill to get around in there, and definitely more avalanche awareness and knowledge to do it safely. And Silent Pass being a little bit off the beaten path, but definitely well worth it. A little bit of terrain for everyone, some nice mellow meadows, some bigger hill climbs, and a little bit of everything in between.
Yeah, and it seems to me like every time I've been out here, it doesn't get that much traffic. Like, we just had BC and Alberta Family Day weekend, so that's the busiest day of the year, I'd say, for tourism in Golden. And so, I mean, this is as many tracks as you're ever going to see here. And, you know, we're here today on a midweek day, and the trail booth attendant said that there was only 2 other people up here ahead of us, and we're not like exactly, you know, the earliest guys here today.
Crack a noon club.
We took a bit of a time here getting here this morning, so you know, if you can make it on a midweek day, like, chances are there's not really going to be anybody out here. This little playground. Yeah.
Wow, the snow is actually still really good.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, there you are. Hey, buddy.
Hey. Yeah, nice. What a view.
Yeah, so we had a nice little overview of the zone here. The lake here and meadows of Silent Pass. There's our way in. As you look back, you can kind of see the trail sneaking its way along the bottom of the valley, back out towards the North Fork, and Silent Mountain across the way there.
So we just popped out of the trees from the first lake into what a lot of people call the second lake, but this is in fact just a meadow. But once you're at the second meadow, that gives you access to kind of get up into the bowls.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, a little turbo wheelies, hey?
Let's see what I got. Yeah, I got some wheelie there.
Yeah, attaboy. Well, now we've made it up to the Alpine here in Silent Pass, and we can kind of get a good lay of the land here below us. You can see where we came up in the distance, the first lake down here, and then the second meadow. And now we're up in the Alpine of true Silent Pass. And it's a beautiful place, and this is what most people consider Silent Pass, and you know, most of the general public only ever make it this far, and they have a great time doing it. And with good visibility like today, you can go quite a bit further, and we can go up and over the ridge and into the back bowl of Silent Pass, which is our plan today. Oh, the little tree jib's good. Huh. Might be worth giving it a poke.
Oh, that was fun.
I missed it. Woo! Might as well destroy a little bit of powder on the way, hey? Not a bad view. So we made it up to true Silent Pass here, the call between Silent Pass, the regular riding area, and then the back bowl here, which everybody's kind of come to know it as the burn. And although Alpine Zone here behind us, as soon as you roll over to the rider's left, there is quite a large forest fire burn down in there. That's a pretty quality tree riding. Obviously, this is an area where you want to You want to leave to those perfect days like today with a really good visibility, because once you're down and in, it's super challenging to find your way back out once it socks in. So you want a good broken sky or full clear.